Hi, welcome back to BG Pythons. This is Sadavos, my male Boelen Python, and we thought it'd be a good idea to give a bit of an update. It's now been a few months since I picked up the pair of Boelen Pythons to share my experiences so far. So, for a start, if I start with the equipment, I'm really pleased that I went with the Vivarium setup rather than a rack or rub system straight away. And there's some important reasons why. First and foremost, these are really active snakes. You want to, give them the ability uh, to climb, to make some choices. So these guys I've found would go and bask, and then they would go, have, so they bask under the infrared, but then they would move into a more cooler area, and having that nice gradient that you can have has been brilliant for them. Not least, they're so pretty, and with that activity, you want to enjoy them. This is not the sort of snake you want to have in a drawer. You want to be able to view these guys. It's actually made me really rethink how I want to do all of my snakes and everything in the future. I'd rather have less and give them much more. So with the setup I've got, I'm keeping it actually relatively dry. We're using the puppy pads. That's just been very useful whilst I keep an eye on fecal movements and start to get that sort of rhythm, so I understand how the routine on all of that front. It's also obviously easier to keep clean. I will be looking to move them probably to an orchid bark, and sort of see how that goes. But I'm in no hurry right at the moment. The most important bit was to make sure, obviously, they're healthy, and they're feeding well, and they both seem to have settled in really well. Now, the sort of temps wise, I've got as I said, I'm using an infrared. That provides a hotspot of around 85 to 87 degrees Fahrenheit. So, and that gets used particularly by this guy. He tends to be very routine in his going out. As soon as the light comes on, goes and does a bit of basking. I've got a UV in there as well by the Arcadia Shade Dweller. Seems to be quite liked, and I'm provided from a humidity perspective. I'm only spraying sporadically if the humidity drops below 50% in the Viv. I am providing humid hides, so again, they've got that choice. They can go in and utilise the humid hides if they like, and that literally is just using the white python hatchling trays and a bit of damp sphagnum moss. And it is interesting. The female tends to sort of use those more than the male. She has actually shed. I haven't had a shed from this guy Stavros yet, but as you can see, she's shed, and it's all complete. One of the key things that was told to me was hydration being most important for these species, so making sure they always got nice fresh water. It goes without saying you would do that with all of your animals, but I think these guys tend to, I watch them drink quite a lot, so that's always a good sort of sign that they're doing okay, and hence why I think the shed's pretty good because the skin and everything's nicely hydrated. But the choice thing's very, very important, I think. I thought I'd bring Sansa out. She's the female and is now a bona fide mouse eater, having been a bit of causing me a bit of anxiety right at the beginning by refusing to eat. That said, a couple of things which made it very simple. First of all, I offered her quail, which she readily accepted, and after 3 feedings over the course of 3 weeks, I then had a go at tricking her into taking a frozen forward mouse, or hopper mouse, and she saw through that initially. So I did add a bit of a trick I'd seen on YouTube. I had added a bit of egg yolk from a chicken egg just onto it, and that she was really interested. She would grab the mouse, but then turned around and then looked at me as if it was, what are you trying to do here? So I then realised that I've got to be a bit smarter on that. But however, I tried her the very next day, and she took it. And since then, no stopping. Every 5 days I feed them. They're just on the sort of small hopper mice at the moment, which you can see in this picture here, and that's compared to a medium mouse. I'm going to just upgrade them to small frozen forward mice once I've got through my little batch. But they seem to be growing really nicely. I don't want to overdo it. They would probably entertain being fed every time I put something in front of them. They're that type of snake. So it would be very easy to overfeed them. So keeping it the frequency to just those 5 days at the moment. But fantastic little snake, really good. I can't wait until well, I say I can't wait. You probably saw previously I do really like them this colour as well. But the thought of them going through a change is going to be pretty awesome, and obviously a much bigger snake, which does make me, because they are so active, they are so beautiful. You don't want to be keeping this type of snake in a little tub. You really don't. I know a lot of people do, but I literally can't. You're spending some, quite a bit of money. Not that makes the be all and end all, but you want to be able to see these snakes and see these animals and enjoy them. And I want to. I've been gradually extending the sort of enrichment in the cages, in the vivs. I've added some plants, one plant in each Porthos plant. I'm going to get some more branches because, as you can see, they, probably one of the things that is a negative on the Herptek Vivariums is that they've got a ledge that runs along the top of the inside of the vivarium, which the snakes tend to try and get up on top of. At this size, they're managing to get up there, but rather clumsily getting, sometimes slip and fall a bit, and it's not something I want them to get injured by. So I'm going to probably put some more plants and things to allow them to get that extra height. I just think there are definitely a species. When they get bigger, I'm definitely going to go all out and have a really decent size enclosure for them. And as I probably mentioned already, depending on how this is edited, I'm going to rethink all of the animals I've got, to make sure I'm providing them all with the right sort of enrichment, and also aesthetically, have it so we can, well, me particularly, can really enjoy them all. These are just great, just the best snake you can ever imagine, and I want more. So I thought I was give a bit of an update on Lagatha, because I haven't featured her for a while. So she's my Manikwari green tree python, and is growing really, really well. And using her, just putting her on the perch, I don't really handle her at all. She's absolutely killing machine. There's no way you would put your hand in one of the vivs. As soon as those lights go out, she's on it, like no other snake I've got. They are beautiful. I love the fact that you can enjoy them all the time. As you can see from the cage, from what I may have previously shown before, I've added some cocoa husk. That's really helped with her shedding. So she always does a nice complete shed, as you can see here. And she eats and does all of the stuff that's associated with eating really regularly. The blues are just unbelievable, and the greens. She is... Oh, there's her head now. There you are. Going to make an appearance now. There she goes. Yeah, absolutely beautiful snakes. I actually really recommend them, because if you don't really want to be handling snakes all the time, but you want something you can see and enjoy, these are pretty good, because they're a bit of eye candy in your, in the Viv. They're always on show. I will, because again, Lagatha is very active at night. I mean, she'll be waiting in the perches, but she sort of does move around a bit to get into a good hunting position and so forth. So I think I will be making her, or getting her, a new Viv that's a little bit bigger, more horizontal space rather than height. So that's going to be probably something I'll do in the next few months or so. So watch this space.